Congressman Troy Carter represents Louisiana's 2nd District, which includes some of the areas hardest hit by Hurricane Ida, including portions of Jefferson Parish and most of New Orleans. And he joins us now on the phone. So, Congressman Carter, we just heard the parish president of Lafourche Parish say it's like they've been hit by a Mack truck. What would you say is your impression of what this hurricane did?
I think I'd double down on that. He's probably quite right. Throughout the state, it's been a pretty hard hit. Some places not as hard as others. Some have incredibly been devastated.
And what are you seeing? I know your district, we said, is the 2nd district. How are people doing? What is the situation there?
It's dire. You've got people that are, some have been significantly damaged with property damage to their homes and their businesses. Nearly everyone has been impacted by being out of power, not having access to electricity, access to the internet, and in many cases access to a cell phone, which makes it very difficult to keep people apprised of what's going on and to find out where they are so we can get to them to provide services.
And so how would you describe the efforts to get to them? Are you able to, do you even have access to the people who are most in need?
Well, I think that the efforts have been as good as you can possibly hope for. The federal government stepped in immediately. The president signed off on the declaration of emergency right away, which released and freed lots of money and resources. The National Guard is on the ground as we speak, going into those areas where people were able to reach us by 911, as well as those areas where we suspect people did not get a chance to get out to evacuate in time.
So, Congressman Carter, of the things that are needed now, what would you say are the priorities?
I would say right now, search and rescue obviously is number one. Saving lives. Saving lives is number one. Quality of life comes next. Making sure that we have secured everyone who's in a dangerous position and gotten them to higher ground where they are safe and secure and stabilized. Then second, of course, is making sure that we get power back on the grid and make sure that people that are sheltering in place have the comforts of air conditioning. It's very hot in August in Louisiana. It's a sweltering heat and very dangerous for senior citizens as well as children.
And Congressman Carter, I know a lot of people are asking or are trying to compare this to Hurricane Katrina. I assume you were in the area back then. Why would you say that the destruction has so far not been worse, and certainly loss of life, thankfully?
I've experienced both. I lived through Katrina and now Ida. And I will tell you the most significant difference is 16 years ago, we did not have the built-up levee system that we have today. The federal government investing the money into building our levees up to prevent or protect us from a storm like this looks like it's really paid dividends. Having the ability to have our communities not as ravished as they could be, and they're pretty bad now, but certainly a lot better than they were 16 years ago because we did, in fact, invest in stronger levee protection, and we'll continue to build on that.
Representative Troy Carter of Louisiana's 2nd Congressional District, we certainly wish you and all your constituents the very best as you work your way through this. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.